What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of CHRIS Akin Presents with myself, Chris Akin, and the maestro of rat, sorta, Mr. Eric Ferentinos.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Chris.
What is up, sir? How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Just returned from Balboa Park, San Diego with my lady.
Look at you.
Did a walkabout, as they say in Canada.
So you're going to fall asleep now doing this?
No, I feel good, man. And I got my pressed Stephen Pearcy coffee over here.
There you go.
So I'm
Perfect.
rip-roaring to go. Got
Very
my fitness ring closed today
Oh,
on my iPhone, which is important for everyone.
dude, you're fit. What does that mean? Does that mean that you walked enough steps or something? Is that what
Correct.
that means?
Yeah, it's a fitness ring. It measures your steps, and you could set it, to mellow or moderate or heavy.
Yeah.
And I had it to moderate. We don't have to go crazy here.
Yeah. Well, I got
wanted to go with it.
I got my fitness hula hoop on, and it's
AKA girdle.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It says I'm quite not fit. But, whatever. I mean, dude, that's good. That's good, especially you who had the heart attack. It's good that you're out there fucking hoofing it around and keeping in shape and making yourself lovely for the Stephen Pearcy shows, right?
Gotta do it. Gotta
That's
do it. We
right.
just played this past weekend.
Yeah, how'd that go, man?
It went pretty well. The Whiskey A Go Go Hollywood, where it all started for Stephen. So it's
Right.
always special for when he comes back there. And pretty much just a business as usual gig. Had a few friends come up. Mark Tureen, Torian. I don't.
Is he Torian or Tureen?
God damn it! He's my friend too, and I'm like at that point in the friendship where I'm afraid to ask him.
Right.
It's like too much time's gone by, and you all look stupid if I say it now. So somebody please let us know.
Dude, here's let me tell you how you ask that. I'll tell you. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll tell you how you ask him. You tell him that you were watching another show and you heard the two hosts saying it differently. And you can blame me if you want. Blame me and Neely. Just say, yes, watch a classic metal show. One guy called you Tureen, the other called you Torian. Which is it?
Right.
I'm not
I
sure
think
now.
what happened was it started out one way. I could swear he has said it's Torian. He says
Okay.
Torian, but no one says it that way. No one else in the world.
Right.
But I thought maybe he just changed it later. I thought maybe he changed it later to be cheeky.
Yeah. You know what, dude? Dude, there's a couple of these guys out there that I would swear they said it was one way and then they did change it. Like, and he's one of them because I would swear that Neely has a bumper of Mark saying, "Hey, it's Mark Torian of the Bullet Boys."
Mhm.
And then I would swear also, in fact, I know this to be true. I interviewed him on not the last album that they just put out, but the one before it. And he did another bumper for me. And it was, "Hey, it's Mark Tureen."
Okay. This is a Mandela effect. I heard about this.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Mandela effect?
No, not at all.
Okay. It was based off of Joseph Mandela, a situation where many people had thought he died much years earlier than he had. So when it was announced that he died, everybody flipped out and was like, "Oh, there's something wrong with the time-space continuum."
Right.
They've opened up a hole in the universe and now everything's messed up. And since then, like, all these things have been changing, if you will,
Right.
over the years. There's a bunch of famous ones. You can look up the Mandela effect and a bunch will come up. There's Star Wars ones where he said, apparently he never said, "Luke, I am your father." He never said that. He never said it like that. He said it a different way.
Okay.
Weird stuff like that. Excuse me. Let me think of an. We didn't know we'd be talking about it. I would have researched a little more for you to throw,
Wow,
throw
who
up
knew?
some
Who knew?
some other good ones. But it's that premise, basically, that things
All
are
right.
getting changed. Oh, the Bernstein Bears
Yeah.
and the Bernstein Bears. Like, that's been changed.
Okay. Well, you know who else has been changed?
Hmm.
Terry from XYZ. Used to be
Mhm.
Ilouis. Now he's a loose. Don't know why. I don't know why. I do know that at one point he corrected me for calling him Illuce, and now he calls himself Illuce.
Well, I think from now on you should be CHRIS, and I should be Erik.
Yeah, I'll be Christ. I'm good with Christ. In fact, you just call me Christ for long. I'll just be the full Christ. Why not? It's all good to me. Well, dude,
go ahead. That was bad as my amp blew up towards the end of the show. I was kind of bummed on that. Yeah, it was something I see. We do so many flyouts that I don't really use my own gear that much. It sits around. And I didn't realize that it's been pretty much sitting around. I think the last time I used it was New Year's Eve, like a year ago. And when we were at sound check, it was doing a weird sound, and Robbie Crane had noticed it. He like touched the power switch, and it made a weird tink sound. It was like tink. He's like, "Oh, that's your preamp tube. It's about to go." He like knows all that shit. He could hear it like a mechanic that could listen to a car and know exactly what it needs. He picked up on what the problem was at soundcheck, which I was like, oh shit, because I did check it. I thought at my place, I plugged everything in as I do, make sure I was going up with my stuff in order, and it was sucky to get up there and see that something wasn't in order, and I don't know exactly what was up. It made it to the second to last song, and then it had a full-blown, it was out. I had to like pull the microphones over from the one speaker cabinets and quickly shove them over to the spare Black Stars that they have there. The house amps there are these Black Star guitar amps they're okay for I mean, they seem to withstand the beating of being the house gear at the Whiskey all these years now. But anyways, a good thing that was there, because I was able to like pretty much get the show going without having a showstopper.
Right.
But we played Back for More. I had like 1950s gain going on. I was like BB King out there with that. But then I like quickly saw some other button, so I was able to put it on the turbo.
Sounded like somebody flicking an empty can. Tink,
it was like
tink,
Angus
tink,
Young,
tink, tink.
Angus Young Jailbreak 77 tone. Then I was able to find the turbo switch. There was like one final, they have like levels of distortion on these amps.
Okay. Right.
And then, crazy, really crazy, and really crazy, I ended up finding the last one and clicked it, and I was able to like at least end good.
Nice.
Get out of there. Just go, oh God, get me out of here.
Nice.
Who else came up? Chris Hager came up, who was in Mickey Rat originally.
Sure.
And let's see,
Mighty Ira Black. Yeah, I saw pictures of his death metal looking ass up there playing with you guys. That is, that is a strange look for the Bullet Boys.
He exudes metal. And he exudes metal
that doesn't match the Bullet Boys. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying it's like the Bullet Boys crashed with Anthrax or something, and that's what you got left.
Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe Bullet Boys needs to be more like Anthrax. Maybe that is what they need. Yeah, I don't know. When I came into the band for Stephen Pearcy, believe me, I know what it's like to have people say, "You don't belong here, man."
Yeah. Well, they still say that to you with the Mohawk.
Yeah. But I didn't give a shit. I'm like, if Steven asked me to come, I'm not going to say no because you don't think I belong here.
Well, then I just can't believe you didn't grow your hair to look like Warren DeMartini.
Oh man, if I could have, I would have. No,
you could be Warren Ferrantini.
There you go.
That would be the best if Steven started introducing you that way on guitar. Eric Ferrantini.
Well, they are kind of similar. They have a Italian-y Greek. My last name's Greek, but his is probably Italian. But they do have a similarity there. But otherwise, that's where it kind of stops. Although I've over the years been able to cop his style well enough to keep my gig all these years.
Yeah.
Anyway, but generally speaking, when you're replacing these people, especially like high-profile guitar players, do you really want to get a guy that looks exactly like a clone of him?
Gee, I don't know. It's working for Judas Priest.
Yeah, like I know it has eventually worked for Judas Priest, but it shouldn't have. In a way, like I
Right.
feel like anybody who goes up like literally dressing like KK and totally doing his look with the same guitar, almost right for that alone should never have been received
Yeah.
as
The only
well as he
thing
did.
the only thing Faulkner didn't do was change his name to like JJ or something.
Right.
That and I bet you it was discussed. I'd bet anything that was discussed that he would be JJ Upton or something.
Now,
You know?
what about this? There's things that we don't know. Maybe he was told to dress like that. Maybe Rob Halford goes, "Hey, look, mate. Some of these days in the rock and roll industry are odd, and some are even. But today, you're gonna wear KK's outfit,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't
or
doubt it.
whatever."
Dude, there's definitely a dress code in Judas Priest. Let's be honest.
Right, and it's
There's
super
never
gay.
been a time, yeah, well, and there's that, and it does look like it's out of a bad S&M porn, but there's never been a time that you've seen those guys, like one guy go up there in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt,
Right.
you know, and like Ripper, you know, I've known Ripper forever, before Judas Priest and after Judas Priest, and both of those he never wore leather everything. But when he was in Judas Priest, he was leather pants and he was wearing the jacket, and you know, he was all leathered up with the Ripper jacket, you know, that had all the Judas Priesteries in it. So, and I know I'm making up words here. It's like the Judas
I would do it if
Priesteries.
they offered me the gig. I'd get all leathered. I'd look like Leather Tuscadero from Happy Days. That's what they wanted.
You'd be right in there. Just call me Susie Quattro.
Exactly.
Too funny, man. Well, dude, we're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight. It's gonna be a loose show tonight because it's the first of the year. Let's face it, nobody did a lot of work. I didn't do a lot of prep getting ready for the show. I know you were out and about, just walking around, and
I've been taking flying lessons, man, from my buddies over here, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and
that
I forgot
guy.
I forgot this dude's name.
Yeah, that guy, Steve something, isn't it? I don't know. But no, we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna talk at the bottom of the hour here. We're gonna talk with Scott from Good Company with Scott Bowling. Scott Bowling is gonna be with us to talk about his amazing looking podcast. And I will say his podcast, I like to think our podcast looks good. I like, you know, I put a good amount of time into doing the graphics and learning how to switch screens and all this shit so that it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking guy, his show looks immaculate. I mean, it's by far of the non-sponsored, or at least the shows that I think are not sponsored shows, his is the best looking show. So we'll talk to him about how the hell he does it, because I want to steal some ideas from Scott. But
you mean I didn't have to actually lease a whole cockpit airplane to do my?
No. You could have just asked Scott. He would have told you how to do it.
Sorry, Kareem, you can go now.
Yeah, beat it. Beat it, you basketball dick. But yeah, we'll talk to him, and what we'll specifically talk to him about is podcasting and the direction it's going. And I have a couple of specific things I want to talk to him about. One is that now that COVID is kind of over, we've seen all these fucking fly-by-night guys go away, which is great, because during the pandemic, there was like 2 billion podcasts that all started, and most of them weren't any good, and most of those went away. So now the landscape is back to us that are the survivors for the taking, I guess, you know, the ones that withstood COVID. So I want to get his take on that. And I also want to get his take, especially about video, about how important video is as we go forward into this medium. Because I mean, I see the numbers, and I know there's a lot of people that still check out podcasts on their phones or in their cars or whatever. But man, the numbers, the actual physical, you know, this is how many downloads you have and this is how many clicks you have. The numbers on our audio stuff have just gone, and the numbers on our video stuff is just going straight up. So Video is clearly the way people want to consume it. And I want to talk to him about that as well, to see what he thinks about that, and if he's going to make any adjustments to what he's doing. And again, I'm just looking to steal ideas because he does it better than I do. So yeah, so I'm here to thieve you, Scott. I'm just telling you that in advance. I'm here to steal your ideas.